Good afternoon, all. In previous lecture, we discussed with the insulin, and as you know that insulin consists two chains, chain A and chain B, and chain A consists 21 amino acids, and chain B consists 30 amino acids, and how the codons of its mRNA as well as its DNA has. Fine. So let us discuss with the next topic. Gene therapy. Here, in gene therapy, affected genes can be replaced by normal genes. Here, you know that first line of the textbook. Some persons born with the genetic disorders. So how the genetic disorder can be cured? So it is cured with the help of the gene therapy. Okay, so here affected genes can be replaced by the normal genes. It can be used to treat hemophilia. You know that Hemophilia is inherited disorder. In this disorder, hemophilia is known as breeder's disease, and here in this disease bleeding time is more. As you know that we have learned with this that hemophilia is of three types: hemophilia A, B and C. Hemophilia A, it is caused by deficiency of the 8th factor, blood clotting factor. Hemophilia B is also known as Christmas disease. It is due to the deficiency of the 9th factor, Christmas factor. And hemophilia C, it is caused by deficiency of the 11th factor known as PTA, plasma thromboplastin antecedent. SCIDS, yes, in the textbook, 4-year-old girl, one case is given there, 4 years old girl, she consists ADA deficiency, adenosine deaminase enzyme deficiency inside the body. What happened here? Actually, normal function of ADA is to give the maturation of the B cell as well as T cells. And as you know that B cells and T cells are responsible for proper growth and development of the B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes responsible for AMI, antibody mediated immunity, or HIR, humoral immune response. So our body gives immune response by production of the antibodies, as well as T lymphocytes. By production of the T lymphocytes, CMI is regulated, cell mediated immunity. Okay, so the normal function of the immunity, that is controlled by ADA. So you know that syndrome means the group of symptoms syndrome means group of symptoms, and here SCIDS caused by ADA deficiency. We learned this in gene therapy that bone marrow transplantation, it's not a permanent cure, it's not a permanent treatment. Bone marrow transplantation, as well as if you give ready-made antibodies to the person, as well as if you modify, genetically modify the lymphocytes. In lymphocyte, ADAC-DNA is added. Adenosine deaminase complementary DNA is added in the lymphocyte, but lymphocytes are not immortal. So we have to give recurrent lymphocytic treatment to the patient. But if we are able to introduce the normal genes in the early embryonic stage. So there is a permanent treatment is available for this. Now, other topic, gene therapy, it is of two types. Gene therapy is of two types, somatic gene therapy and germline gene therapy. Somatic gene therapy means it is given to the somatic cells. But somatic gene therapy is not inherited one. Somatic gene therapy is not inheritable. If you treat the somatic cells, replace the genes, but it is not inherited one. So generation to generation the disease is transferred there, but the benefit of that treatment is only that it only gives relief in the symptoms in the particular person. But generation to generation, that type of the gene therapy can be taken again and again. But germline gene therapy means we change the gene of the sperm as well as ovum. So it is inherited one. in germline gene therapy we have to treat the sperm or ovum. So if any type of the genetic disorder is there in the sperm or ovum, that is gametes, we can treat that cell. And after that we select the sperm and ovum in the fertilization process. So next generation onwards, from next generation onwards, this disease is permanently cured and it become inherited one. Fine. So here, which type of the cells in that we use the gene therapy? In which type of the cells we use the gene therapy? According to that, two types are there: somatic gene therapy and germline gene therapy. Now, another two methods. The gene therapy used inside the body or outside the body, according to that, the two types. In vitro, also known as ex vivo. In this method, we remove the one cell of the affected patient. Now, the normal gene we replace the normal gene to the affected gene, and then after giving the treatment to the particular cell, we enter that cell into the vein again of that person. So this method is known as in vitro or ex vivo type of the gene therapy. Whereas in the opposite way, ex vitro or in vivo, fine, we can't remove the cell outside of the body, but we give the treatment inside the body as it is. But here the main important point is that we have to use the vector. So as you know that we use the retrovirus vector for animals and Agrobacterium tumefaciens for the plant. So here we use the retrovirus. So here these are the four types of the gene therapy. Now few points. You know that in suspected cases of the HIV as well as cancer, but here we understand the one point that in the carrier state, yes, right now somewhere else, if you had heard that asymptomatic corona positive, yes, many times you had heard this word. Asymptomatic corona positive means the person consists coronavirus inside the body, but no any symptoms of the corona disease, and this is known as asymptomatic corona positive. In other word, we say that he or she is the carrier for that disease, and through these carriers, more chances of the spreading of the disease from one person to another person. But majoritarily, you know that HIV vector carrier, HIV carrier, the first stage of the AIDS, ELISA is not positive. Fine. ELISA is the cheapest test. So, in the carrier condition of any type of the disease, that's why I have written here that suspected case of the any genetic disorder can be majoritarily diagnosed by PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Some diseases can be diagnosed by the short DNA fragment, ssDNA, used by the probe method. Such pathogenic agents like Salmonella. Salmonella is used, it is responsible to cause the food poisoning. Staphylococci for pus formation, it is bacteria. Hepatitis virus cause the hepatitis B. Generally, hepatitis B is STD, very infectious disease similar to the AIDS, HIV. Fine. Muscular dystrophy, DMD, Duchenne's muscular dystrophy is there, and cystic fibrosis is lung disease. Now, insulin is used to treat the diabetes mellitus. You know that, IDDM, insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Calcitonin, it is used to treat the rickets. Chorionic gonadotropin, to treat infertility. TPA is used for heart attacks and strokes. Let's derive the growth factor. It is useful for stimulation wound healing. as you know that alpha-1 antitrypsin, the most important one, alpha-1 antitrypsin drug, it is used to treat the emphysema. As you know that emphysema is a respiratory disease. Emphysema is respiratory disease. It causes permanent loss of the elasticity. Permanent loss of the elasticity of the alveoli. Why emphysema occur? Emphysema is majorly occur due to the recurrent bronchitis as well as smoking. What is bronchitis? Inflammation to the bronchi. Swelling occurs. Yellowish to greenish color sputum is secreted. Okay, it is known as bronchitis. Majorly bronchitis is caused by exposure to the pathogen, any type of the allergen, and if the person in the bronchitis is incurable one, but here the person has to take care of allergen exposure as well as the affected person has to take the antibiotic drugs. It's not a deadly disease, but by the antibiotic drugs we can treat it. Bronchitis is also caused by smoking, but if the person got recurrent bronchitis, leads to permanent damage to the elasticity of the alveoli. And emphysema is actually chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Okay? So here I can write alpha-1 antitrypsin is used to treat emphysema, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And here in emphysema, due to permanent loss of the elasticity of the alveoli, the brain and lungs and heart, brain and heart cannot obtain the sufficient amount of the oxygen. As a result, their functions are also affected. Fine. And along with this emphysema, alpha-1 antitrypsin is also used to treat the phenylketonuria and cystic fibrosis patients also. So this is the most important one. And along with that, rosy cow. In 1997, rosy cow is formed, and that rosy cow consists highly proteinaceous milk. In 1 liter milk, 2.4 gram protein is there, and the name of the protein is alpha-lactalbumin. We say that alpha-lactalbumin. So this alpha-lactalbumin is actually mother's milk sugar, protein. Alpha-lactalbumin is mother milk protein. Similar protein is available in the cow milk, but it consists highly proteinaceous components. That's why it is helpful for rapid growth and development of the human babies. So compared to the normal cow milk, more recommendation to give the rosy cow milk to the human babies, to prevent the PEM, protein energy malnutrition, kwashiorkor as well as marasmus. Now, biopattern. The duration of the biopatent is of 5 years. Fine. You know that some scientists perform the experiment and just in opposite to that experiment, government give the patent to him. It is known as biopatent, and the duration of the biopatent that is of 5 years. Golden rice are rich in vitamin A as well as iron. First transgenic plant was tobacco. First transgenic animal was mouse or mice. It consists the highest amount of the growth hormone. First introduced transgenic crop in India in 2002, that is BT cotton. one bug was modified to purify the crude oil. One bug is used to purify the crude oil and prevent the environmental pollution. That is known as superbug. Superbug is also known as oil eating bug. It is formed by Dr. Ananda Mohan Chakraborty. Now, the last point, West Africa. In that one plant was there. That plant name is Pentadiplandra brasiliana. In West Africa, one plant is there, Pentadiplandra brasiliana. So this plant produces one sugar. It is known as Brazil sugar. And this Brazil sugar is 2000 times more sweeter in taste than the normal sugar. Yes, the amount of the normal sugar and same amount of the Brazil sugar. So Brazil sugar is 2000 times more sweet in taste. But the main important feature of this sugar is it consists low caloric value. That's why it is used to treat the diabetic patients. And many times you had heard that sugar free. Sugar free is used for diabetic patients that consists this Brazil sugar. So person feel the sweet taste but no increase in the glucose level in the blood. As well as America got the packet of this Brazil sugar also, and add the Brazil sugar germplasm into the maize, and they form the American maize. So similarly in the IARI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute in New Delhi, at the gene of this Brazil sugar in the maize, and we had formed that American maize. Fine. So it is more sweet in taste. So this is about the 12th chapter, NEET. So this chapter is over.